Recovering from a horrific injury in the spring of 1992 to earn softball All-America honors the next year might have been enough to sweep Lori A. Franchina into the Alumni Hall of Fame. But as an essential player on 8 postseason tournament teams in 2 sports, there was more, much more, that guaranteed her arrival at the Hall. In softball, the 4-year starter in center field and shortstop was named to 8 All-New England teams by 3 different organizations. As a freshman in 1991, Lori was honored as All-New England twice, and 1 year after sustaining 32 facial fractures caused by a thrown bat early in the spring of 1992, she returned as a sophomore in 1993 to be named 3rd team All-America, 1st team All-Northeast Region, 1st team All-New England, and 2nd team All-ECAC. In 1994, the 2-sport captain was awarded the prestigious ECAC Award of Valor for, quote, courage, motivation, and relentless determination in serving as an inspiration to all, end quote. In all, Lori played on 4 NCAA tournament softball teams. She batted .337 in her career and currently ranks among the all-time top 10 in hits, runs, at-bats, stolen bases, and walks. In basketball, Lori never missed a game in 3 full seasons as a point guard under Alumni Hall of Fame coach Bob Miller, helping the Warriors to postseason tournaments each year, including consecutive NCAA Final Four berths as a freshman and sophomore, and to the program's first 2 Little East regular season titles and the first Little East tournament championship.
Good afternoon. My name is David Yo, and I was the head athletic trainer at Eastern from 1986 to 2012. It's a pleasure for me to serve as the presenter for 2021 inductee Lori Franchina. In those 26 years as the head trainer, I evaluated, treated, and helped to rehabilitate hundreds of injuries. I can honestly say that the facial injury that Lori suffered in March of 1992 from a softball accident in the gymnasium, an injury with its multiple facial fractures and multiple surgeries, this injury was the most serious and horrific that I had seen in nearly 3 decades at Eastern. What came of that injury is an emotional story of courage and determination. Not afraid to get back on the horse, Lori played basketball just 7 months after her first surgery. Wearing a mask, she competed at the highest level, gaining All-American honors in softball by the National Fast Pitch Coaches Association the following season in 1993, when she started each of the team's 34 games, batted .339, and led the team in 9 offensive categories. In her softball career, she was named All-New England a total of 8 times. In the 2 seasons following this horrific injury, she was named All-New England by the New England Coaches Association, the National Fast Pitch Coaches Association, and the ECAC each year. In the fall of 1994, Lori was presented with the Award of Valor by the Eastern College Athletic Conference, which honors an ECAC athlete whose, quote, courage, motivation, and relentless determination serves as an inspiration, end quote. After she returned to the team, she didn't take a day off. She made her teammates better. She was an inspiration. She had toughness and tenacity. She was relentless in competing. She was a tireless worker. And she had a largeness of spirit. Lori is such a genuine person, such a good soul, and a great Hall of Fame athlete.
You know, when I found out Lori was going into the Hall of Fame, I was super excited for her. I mean, she's a competitor, she's been a hard worker, two-sport athlete, you know, taking teams to national tournaments every year, and so it wasn't a surprise to me at all.
When I found out Lori was inducted, it was by a phone call, actually. She's like, "I joined your club." I was like, "What?" She goes, "I got inducted into the Hall of Fame." I was so excited for her when she said it. It was just joy. She deserved it. What I think her qualities were for being inducted was she highly motivated. She's very valuable and skilled player. Also teaches others to try to make the team better.
For a freshman to come in and start right away in the softball program, we'd just come off a national championship, and she was able to just come right in and just like take over center field, which was awesome for me, and just, you know, be a leader out there right from the beginning, which was extremely abnormal.
And she had a lot of energy, and she brought everybody else up if somebody was down.
If we're going to talk about Lori's personality, we can just say explosive, we can say energetic, we can say fun. The energy level is through the roof.
Lori was injured very badly in a softball practice. We were indoors and batting, and then all of a sudden a bat slipped out of one of the players' hands, and there was a line, and I didn't know who it hit, but I knew it hit someone. And then I found out it was Lori, and then when I went over there, I remember there was blood everywhere. And I remember her saying, because Jeff was also there, that I can't feel my face. So we get home to our dorm, and there was no way she was gonna sleep on the bunks we had. So I took the mattress off, brought it into the living room, propped it up against the wall, laid her down, but she was in a sitting position because blood just kept coming. So all night she would be there, and she would fall asleep, but then she would start choking. So I'd have her spit I had a pitcher. It's the only thing I could find at the time, and I kept waking her up, and she would spit into it, and then I had to change it out, and we kept doing that all night.
The year that the injury happened for Lori was devastating. The pain that she probably went through is something we can't imagine. I know that they sent her home, which was like, we were all infuriated, and thank God for Bernice, who brought her back and was like, no, she can't be home. She'd drowned in her own blood, literally. Knowing Lori's competitiveness, I knew she'd come out at the other end in a positive way, but at the time, we all were just mortified for her. Not even really understanding how bad it was. You know, it looked bad from what the players were telling me, but we didn't know it was that bad. I don't know the number of bones that she broke in her face. I remember going to the hospital and going in the room, and I'm gonna start crying, but her face was sinking into her skull. That's the vision of what we saw.
The concerns of being hit in the face again, she wasn't scared about that. She got a mask developed special, so if she did get hit, it would lessen the blow. I think for her to come back from an injury like that and then go on to become an All-American is it's unbelievable.
At this time, it is my distinct pleasure to present for 2021 induction into the Eastern Connecticut State University Athletics Hall of Fame, Lori A. Franchina.